Hello, I'm Hannah, and this is Hannah's Books. Today, I want to talk about something that has been giving me pause lately. Regular viewers of this channel may know that, in addition to keeping this channel, I've recently started writing and publishing formal reviews. Most of my reviews so far have been for the online journal Open Letters Review, but I also have a few additional reviews in process. 2 for a paying printed journal, and I think 2 for a paying online magazine. The tradition is that neither reviewers nor the review sites have to pay for the books. Instead, publishers send review copies to one or to the other, sometimes advanced reader copies, sometimes finished copies, and sometimes both. In more recent years, people who are not formal reviewers but have personal blogs or booktube channels or Bookstagram accounts have had access to review copies as well. As books from publishers have started to pile up, not only in my NetGalley account, but in my email inbox and even on my doorstep, I've been thinking about what the politics are here. My gut is that full-time professional book reviewers who write several book reviews per week might approach these issues quite differently. If you get packages every day full of books you feel no obligation to review or even hold up on your channel, my particular questions might not be completely applicable, although I know there are ethical questions there as well. I'll talk a little bit more about those in an upcoming video about a sociology study I read about book reviewing. Of course, despite the fact that books sent from publishers allow the entire system of reviewing to exist, this system at least sort of creates a conflict of interest. At least half the books I have received at this point are because I have specifically asked publishers if I could receive a copy. I never request print copies of books I don't intend to review for publication, but there are times when, after I receive them, I realize I don't have enough background knowledge about a subject to write a reasonable review, or that I don't have anything interesting or meaningful to say about a book which neither impresses me nor annoys me. While no publisher requires folks to write a review of every book they're sent, much less a positive review, as a person new to this world, I know that if I don't review at least a fair number of the books I receive from a particular publisher, I won't continue to receive books from them in the future. Since I would like not only to continue to review, but actually to start to review more, I don't want to stop the flow of review copies. In addition to the fact that I would not be able to afford to review books if I had to buy all those new hardbacks, I wouldn't have access to the books before their debuts, which is absolutely necessary if one wants to publish reviews in journals. In general, journal editors want the reviews to run in their newspapers or magazines right as the books are starting to hit the shelves, not 2 weeks later or 2 months later. Getting access to e-copies is clearly less of an expense for publishers, so perhaps it's a little bit less of an ethical issue. But I know there are times when I've read books from NetGalley that I might have bought, probably not until they were in paperback, if I couldn't get them from my local library. They are offering us gifts, even if the value is sometimes less than obvious, in exchange for a review, or at least a review of a fair percentage of the books to which we're given access. And NetGalley pushes readers to advertise their reviews on social media. Let me make it clear that I do not believe that being given copies of these books leads reviewers, professional or hobby reviewers, to make more positive reviews. Nevertheless, I know how many books I have put on my own TBR because of a professional review I read. And to be honest, I think I put even more books on my TBR because of booktube discussions by one of you who has read an advanced copy. That's actually the joy of reading and watching reviews. Still, when we do that, we're supporting someone else's commercial agenda. Advertising is a part of a capitalist culture, and there's no problem with participating in that system, assuming you live in a capitalist country. No problem with being reimbursed in some way for it. But is there a problem if we don't acknowledge or perhaps even recognize that we're essentially engaging in a capitalist endeavor? I'm not sure. Is there anything to worry about here? I'm afraid I have no answers to give. Instead, I'm making this video because I'm hoping all of you can help me play out the questions and consider how different people might consider it in different ways, the ethics of asking for or accepting these packages. And then there's the related question of reviewing reading-related products on one's BookTube channel. After I hit my 1-year anniversary on BookTube last fall, my email inbox was suddenly flooded with weird offers to help with my marketing plan here, or to make me professional logos and help me create a more profitable brand. I also started getting offers by companies to send me totally unrelated products to review on my channel. I suppose I could have justified reviewing something like a travel mug, since so many of us like a good cup of hot tea as we read, or a cozy blanket to curl up under as we read. If someone had offered me a new bookcase to try out, I probably would have taken it. But most of what I was offered seemed not only unrelated, but sometimes expensive enough that I felt a little queasy about the idea of accepting a review item. I don't mean actually expensive, just expensive enough that I knew I might feel some sense of obligation to produce a positive review. To be honest, I know that one of the books in my review copy pile is a finished copy from a university press, which will sell for a higher price than the products I was offered. And interestingly, I think I would say I don't feel any of that pressure about books. All of this is to lead up to the fact that I did, in fact, finally accept a non-book item for review. It's a clip-on booklight, one that sells for less than the cost of most paperbacks. I accepted it without really thinking it through, to be honest. Right before I received the email, I had just been searching for a new reading light, and I hadn't yet found one that would meet my particular needs. So when I got the offer, I jumped at the chance to receive one in exchange for an honest review. And I immediately regretted it. The light was in the mail, and I knew I would have to deal with it, but I also knew that I had made the wrong decision for myself. When I open the padded envelopes with books, it somehow feels really different, although perhaps that is just a self-delusion itself. As I said, I was looking for a reading light that would meet my particular needs. Here's what I wanted. I wanted a light over my left shoulder when I was lying in bed or when I was sitting in my rocking chair. Strangely, there is no plug available in either of those spots, nor is there space for a floor lamp. Logistics in the room make me not want to run an extension cord. Right now, I have a light over my right shoulder, and it drives me nuts. I know that is silly, but lifetime habit. I did not want a light to clip onto a book itself. I wanted something that clipped onto my bed frame or the bookcase behind my rocking chair. The light that was offered to me did exactly that. I should have just ordered one myself, but instead I accepted the review light. It arrived, and it's fine. It serves exactly the purpose I needed it for. My qualms about accepting it led me to postpone making this video for a while. Still, because I agreed to put it in a video, I will show you a picture of it in use, talk about it for a second, and leave a link down in the show notes. Basically, the light is slightly larger and brighter than something that would clip on a book. The clip is designed for things that need a wider clip area than books as well, so it works perfectly clipped to a shelf. The arm between the clip part and the lighted section is completely adjustable. The light is rechargeable using a USB cord, and it has a couple of brightness levels. Even the lowest level is bright enough for me to read by. Given that the price is $13 and change, you might not be surprised to learn that the light is mostly plastic, although it does seem quite sturdy. So that's it. I don't plan to accept products for review in the future, other than books. And books, I think I will continue to accept. Not only accept, but ask for if I'm interested in reviewing them. I would love to hear how you balance these questions and what feels right for you to do. Thanks in advance for playing this issue out with me, and thanks for joining me here on Hannah's Books. See you soon.